like a piece of glass. Doesn't take too much to get yourself to feed your monkey. Tell some white lies, they can swallow, and then you don't see just how you got into this situation. Late at night, you weep for something better than the secrets you keep. Lay down, just lay down here close to me and tell me what you want from me. And I said, hey now, give me the meltdown, take it out on me this time around. Oh no, it ain't over now, I can feel the world spin around, around, around. Hey now, give me the meltdown, take it out on me, don't let me down. Oh no, it ain't over now, I can feel the world spin around, around, around. Wide awake now, and your monkey's dead. You're so perfect that you never really need nobody. Put your hands down, you're among your friends. You just taking. Late at night, you weep, but you're no better than the secrets you keep. Stay down, just lay down here close to me. Pretend you'll never leave me. And I said, hey now, give me the meltdown, take it out on me this time around. Oh no, it ain't over now, I can feel the world spin around, around, around. Hey now, give me the meltdown, take it out on me, don't let me down. Oh no, it ain't over now, I can feel the world spin around, around, around. Tell me what you want, child. Give me the meltdown. Take it out on me this time around. Oh no, it ain't over now. I can feel the world spin around, around, around. Hey now, give me the meltdown. Take it out on me, don't let me down. Oh no, it ain't over now. I can feel the world spin around, around, around. Hey now, give me the meltdown. I can feel the world spin around, around, around. Hey now, give me the meltdown. I can feel the world spin around, around, around. Hey now, give me the meltdown. I can feel the world spin around, around, around. Here we stand, somewhere in between this moment and the end. Will we bend, or will we open up and take this whole thing in? Everybody else is smiling, man, their smiles don't fade. And you don't even wonder why, you just don't think that way. Maybe when we got lost somewhere, we can't move on, we can't stay. Everybody, let's talk.
Your undivided attention, real quiet guys for this to work,
Okay.
and you can let them know. I'll let them know how they're going to volunteer.
Okay.
And you get the district presidents ready to go.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
I used to give people a card. They don't care anymore.
All right. So, hey guys, welcome to our hypnotist show. Are you excited to see some people do some funny things? I know I am. I've already cut my hand open this morning, so it's going to be a really great day. So, what we need for you, this is our hypnotist, Pete. He's really pumped to be here with you guys this morning, and I just need to let you know that we're going to need your undivided attention. We're going to need you guys to pay complete attention to what's going on up here so we can bring you up here. We have our district presidents on the side, and they're going to pick 12 students and 3 adults, so be prepared to get pulled and come on up. If you do not want to come up, just let those people know, okay? Are you guys ready to get started? All right.
All right. How's everybody doing?
Good. All right, so my name is Pete. I'll be your hypnotist the next 45 minutes or so. So how many of you have never seen a hypnosis show before? All right, for those of you who've never seen one, this is how it works. I'm not the star. A few of you are going to become the stars. Now, like Katie said, what we're going to do is we're going to have the district presidents kind of volunteer some people up here. Now, it works for everybody, doesn't work for everybody on every day, so they're going to help me kind of pick here. So you need to be able to do a few things if you're thinking about volunteering. You need to be able to relax up here with people watching and lights on you. No stage fright. If you have any stage fright, probably not going to work. Good concentration, good imagination. So what I'm going to do is real quickly, quick test with everybody. Everybody go ahead and stand up at your seats. I'm not going to pick anybody out, but just go ahead and do this. Stand at your seats there, and the district president's going to help me kind of pick some people out here. So everybody take both hands and put them right out in front of you just like this. Take your right palm, turn it palm down. Good, make sure your arms are nice and level right out in front of you. In a second, I'm going to say go. When I say go, I want you to close your eyes and leave your arms and hands exactly where they are. Ready, set, go. Close your eyes, leave them right there. Now, hypnosis is not what you've seen in movies and TV. It's about concentration and imagination. I want you to do both of these now. Keeping your eyes closed and relaxed, I want you to imagine in the palm of your left hand, I've just placed a heavy, heavy Webster's 10,000-word dictionary in the palm of your left hand. Imagine how heavy that would be. And imagine if you would around your right wrist, I've just tied a set of 1,000 helium-filled balloons. Imagine how light those balloons would be and how airy those balloons would be. And imagine on the palm of your left hand, another dictionary, and another one, and another one, and around your right wrist, a set of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 balloons. Good. In a second, I'm going to say go. When I say go, I want you to open your eyes, leave your arms and hands exactly where they are. Ready, set, go. Open your eyes, leave your arms and hands right there. Now, if your arms are very close to when you first started, today is probably not the best day for you, but if your arms are a little bit further apart than when you first started, the district presidents are going to volunteer a couple people to come on up here. Again, if you don't want to come up, just let them know, trade out with somebody, they'll send them up here. We're looking for our stars of the show, guys. Come on up, guys.
Hey, everybody, let's turn up again. I wanna hear that song. And then I'm gonna fly like Superman. I'm feeling so far gone. So tonight, let's ride. We get one shot to get it right. We get one shot, so hold on tight. We get one shot, so let it ride. We get one shot to live your life. We get one shot to go all night. We get one shot, so let it ride. Everybody's got a little love to give, let's give it all we got. I don't wanna feel all weighted down, let's hit it while it's hot and burning bright. I know you know exactly what I mean.
Anybody else?
Too fast, too slow, there ain't no in between. So
We got room for 3 more, guys.
Let's ride.
4 more.
We get one shot to get it right. We get one shot, so hold on tight. We get one shot, so let it ride. We get one shot to live your life. We get one shot to go all night. We get one shot, so let it ride.
All right, we got 1 more coming, 2 more coming. All right, that's good. We'll let them come on up here. All right, so big round of applause for our volunteers up here today, guys. We got 2 more? One more? All right, we got 1 more room. 1 more chair for room for 1 more? Yeah, you got 1 more. 1 more? All right. All right, so real quickly, got to talk about what's going to happen up here. Just need all eyes up here for a couple minutes. How many of you up here have ever been hypnotized? Nobody? I guarantee you in a second I'm going to ask you all the exact same question. You're going to raise your hand, yes, I've been hypnotized. How many of you have ever had a boring class or a boring meeting? In that boring class, boring meeting, you had a daydream. If you've ever had a daydream where you're physically in one place, but you're mentally thinking about the other things, that is a state of hypnosis. So by a show of hands, how many of you have ever been in a state of hypnosis? That's what this is going to feel like this morning. Except the cool thing is it feels like you're actually living the daydream, like you're one of the characters in the daydream. Now, a lot of people want to know, is this fake or is this real? There are 2 parts to it. There is a fake part. The fake part is the daydream, the books, the balloons that you imagine. Obviously, those weren't really there. But for those of you who really concentrate on those things, you had a real response. Hands started to go up and down. So if I asked you to imagine yourself driving a car this morning, imagine yourself driving a car, how would your body respond? Anybody? Hands up in front of you driving a car. You notice one person did it in the middle, then everybody else kind of did it afterwards. I want to see everybody's hands go right up at once. How come they didn't? You might be all nervous, not really sure what this is all about. So what I'm going to do is spend about 5-10 minutes relaxing you, okay? Because once you're really, really relaxed, they become like the teacher in that class. You know that they're there. You're aware that they're there. You just don't care that they're there. Make sense? All right, now I always get a few questions before a show. Can you make my friend bark like a dog, cluck like a chicken? Keyword is make. I have no powers or control over anybody. I cannot make anybody do anything today. Number 2 question I get asked is, what if I don't wake up? What if I get trapped like in the movies where the guy's out for like 5 years? That's Hollywood, that's fiction. If I was to leave town here today and not say a word to you, you'd either get bored, do something else, or you'd open your eyes, do something else, or you'd go in the other direction, you might fall asleep, but you can't get trapped in it. And the final question, the big one that everybody asks after the show, was that person really hypnotized? How do I know if it's working for me? If I get you so relaxed up here today that you don't care about them, and it's easy for you to focus on your daydream, then it's working for you. Most of you are going to be able to relax, no problem up here. A few of you might not be able to. Totally cool, totally understandable. If you feel yourself kind of doing one of these things, you're looking around at the people next to you, the people in front of you, you're not relaxed. Now, we're kind of on limited time today, so I'm just going to ask this. Instead of faking it up here, which you could fake me, you could fake them, for the integrity of the show today, if you're not feeling relaxed, just quietly raise your hand, let me know, and let me go back to your seat. Make sense? All right, so those are your instructions up here today, guys. Now, do you guys want to see a great show today? All right, if you want to see a great show, really important to give them all kinds of laughter, all kinds of applause, except for the next 5 or 10 minutes. For the next 5 or 10 minutes needs to be really, really quiet in here. For those of you who have never seen a hypnosis show before, they're going to get really relaxed up here. You might see some heads resting on shoulders and things like that. It's funny, but trust me, the funnier stuff's coming later. So just give them about 5 to 10 minutes. After that, other way. As loud as you can possibly be. You see something funny, you see it early on, let them know. The more laughter and applause they hear from you, the more it's going to motivate them to entertain you today. All right? So everybody ready up here? I want everybody on stage here to go ahead and sit comfortably in your chair and realize as you become more relaxed today, it's perfectly fine to shift around your seat, get more comfortable. You don't have to sit there and wonder, can I move or not? Can I scratch an itch? Perfectly fine. You're just going to go relax, not asleep. And I want you to pick some spot in the room here to focus on that's not a person, that's not a moving object. In a second, I'm going to count from 5 down to 1. As I count from 5 down to 1, with each number, I want you to let that spot go completely blurry, completely out of focus. By the time I get down to the number 1, just want you to shut your eyes. On that number 1, I'm going to play some music for you. Just listen to me, listen to the music, and let yourself relax. So as I count from 5 now, let your eyes go more and more relaxed, blurry and out of focus. Going from 5 down to 4, more and more relaxed, blurry and out of focus. Going from 5 down to 4, down to 3, down to 2, and start to close your eyes now as I count from 5 down to 4, down to 3, down to 2. And all the way down to 1. Go ahead and close your eyes now. If they're not already closed, just listen to me, listen to the music I'm going to play for you here, and just let yourself relax. Now, don't try to become relaxed today. This will not work for you. Kind of like at night on those nights when you can't fall asleep and you toss, you turn, and you try to fall asleep. You don't fall asleep on those nights because you're trying too hard. You finally fall asleep on those nights when you stop thinking about it. Same thing with the relaxation. Don't try, it's not going to work. Just stop thinking about it and let it happen automatically. That all makes sense? Nod your head up and down. Now I'm going to come by and tap you on the shoulder, and every time you feel me tap you on the shoulder today, I want you to take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, just feel your body going more and more relaxed. Deep breath in, exhale, every time I tap you on the shoulder. Now, hypnosis is not what you see in the movies and TV. It's about concentration and imagination. I want you to do both of these now. Imagine everything I'm about to describe to you. I want you to imagine you're outside in the most relaxing place you can imagine yourself in on a warm, sunny summer day. Imagine everything you'd see in this place, everything you'd hear in this place, everything you'd experience in this place. And notice by just imagining this place, your body begins to relax, and that's all hypnosis is. You imagine things, let your body respond accordingly. I want you to imagine it's sunny out, it's warm out, sun's high overhead, beating across your entire body, and I want you to focus that sunlight, focus on your forehead. As it warms your forehead, just let all the little tension lines and worry lines begin to fade and vanish. Let it go from your forehead and across your eyes and your eyelids. Let it relax all the muscles and nerves around your eyes and your eyelids, almost to the point where you just don't want to open them up. Of course, you can open them up anytime you want, but for right now, it feels better to keep them closed and relaxed. Let that warmth and relaxation now go from your eyes and your eyelids down across your cheeks, down around your mouth and jaw. Let it go from your mouth and jaw down into your neck. Just let all stress and tension leave your neck. Let it go from your neck down across your shoulders into your biceps, triceps, forearms, hands, and fingertips. Go ahead and take some deep breaths in, and every time you exhale, more and more relaxed. I want you to go ahead, let that warmth and relaxation now warm your chest muscles, your stomach muscles, your upper back muscles, your lower back muscles. Let it travel into your upper legs, your lower legs, across your calves, your heels, across the arches of your feet, and down to the tips of your toes. And go ahead and take some deep breaths in, and every time you exhale, just feel your body going more and more relaxed. Deep breath in, exhale, more and more relaxed. Now I want you to leave this place you've been imagining yourself in. I want you to imagine you're now standing at the top of a flight of 10 steps, and every step is covered in a different color. In a second, I'm going to count from 10 down to 1. With each number, I want you to imagine you're taking a step down. Just do this in your mind, not with your body. Every time you take a step down, look at the color on the next step. But most importantly, with each step, number and color, most importantly, I want you to double, triple, quadruple the relaxation that you felt on the previous step. So as I count from 10 down to 9, take your first step, go more and more relaxed. 9 down to 8, another step, color relaxer. 8 down to 7, 7 down to 6, 6 down to 5, 5 down to 4, 4 down to 3, 3 down to 2, and take your last step from 2 all the way down to 1. Now this place you're now, not quite awake, not quite asleep, somewhere in between. Part of you knows exactly where you are, who's in front of you, what's going on around you. Part of you just doesn't really care about much that's going on around you. It's that part of you that's easily able to accept suggestions and use your imagination. It's that part of you that's easily able to accept this suggestion now. I want you to keep your eyes closed and relaxed, and I want you to go ahead and take one arm, hold it right out in front of you as if you're holding a bucket by the handle. Go ahead and do that now. Take one arm, hold it right out in front of you as if you're holding a bucket by the handle. Your arm does not grow heavy, does not grow tired, just stays suspended there midair. You could hold it all day there if you had to, but you're not going to have to, because in a second, I'm going to come by and place my hand around your wrist. Once you feel me place my hand around your wrist, let me support your arm. Once I have support of your arm, I'm going to give you a suggestion to relax and let go of your arm. Because I had support, when I let go, your arm's going to drop to your lap. As soon as you feel your arm hit your lap, I want you to go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 times more relaxed than you are now. More relaxed you've been in a long, long time, if perhaps ever, and ignore all the sounds you might hear around you. If that all makes sense, nod your head up and down. Now this place you're now, not quite asleep, not quite awake, somewhere in between, ideal place to accept suggestions and use your imagination. In a second, I'm going to begin to give you a whole bunch of different things to imagine. You're going to use your imagination and respond as if you're actually in these places. For example, if I describe a warm place, you'll feel warm. A cool place, you'll feel cool. Again, only you can choose to accept these suggestions. I have no powers or control over anybody. Completely up to you to accept these suggestions, no powers or control. While you're on this journey, if I say the word sleep or deep sleep, you'll close your eyes and go right back into the sleep-like state that you're in now. If you hear me say the word sleep or deep sleep. While you're on this journey today, the only thing you're going to care about from the audience is laughter and applause, and the more you hear, the more it motivates you to accept suggestions. One final thing, you only carry these suggestions with you for as long as you're sitting in these chairs. As soon as I ask you to go back to your seat in the audience, whether it's during the show or at the end of the show, you no longer accept these suggestions. The word sleep will have no effect on you, and you're going to awaken feeling like you've just woken up from a couple hours nap, feeling refreshed, awake, and alert. If that all makes sense, nod your head up and down. Is this working for you? This is how you can tell. If your body feels more relaxed now than when you first sat down in these chairs, I want you to nod your head up and down again. If you feel more relaxed now, that's all hypnosis is. You've imagined things, your body is responding accordingly. If you don't feel more relaxed now, perfectly fine, perfectly understandable. Just very quietly raise your hand, let me know, and I'll have you go back to your seat. If at any point during the show you don't feel relaxed, perfectly fine, perfectly understandable, just let me know and I'll have you go back to your seat. But for right now, we're all going to start this journey together. I want you to relax, concentrate, use your imagination, have fun. We're going to leave Syracuse. We're going all the way around the country today. So we're going to have some closed-eye daydreams, some open-eye daydreams, and we're going to start our journey today with a closed-eye daydream. You're going to imagine everything I'm about to describe to you here with your eyes closed and relaxed. And as you go ahead and slowly sit up now, this round of applause motivates you to accept suggestions today. That motivates you to accept suggestions and use your imagination. I want you to go ahead and slowly sit up and imagine that you're going to start your journey today by car. So I want you to imagine that you just got into the driver's seat of a car. So go ahead and do that now. Get in that driver's seat. Excellent. And the first thing I need you to do is I need you to be safe. So I want you to go ahead and get your safety belts on there. Go and get those safety belts on. Good job. And you know, you're going to go cruising on this journey, so make sure you look real good in that rearview mirror there. Make sure you look real good in that rearview mirror. That's right. Awesome. Good. In a second, I'm going to rev the engine. When you hear me rev the engine, we're going to leave Syracuse. We're going around the country. Both hands on the steering wheel now. One hand on the key in the ignition. Ready, set, and here we go, guys. And we're off. And go ahead and take a right now. Go ahead and take a right. And go ahead and take a left right now. Take a left. It's a beautiful, warm, sunny summer day where you're driving to. You got a big smile on your face as you're driving on this highway now. Big old smile on your face. That's right. Nice and warm and sunny out. And you want to go ahead and put that sunroof down. Let's go ahead and put that sunroof down. And you want to go ahead and stick one hand up to that sunroof there. That's right. Let's go ahead and stick one hand up to that sunroof there. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. Mosquito just got in the car, and that mosquito got up your nose there. Go ahead and get that mosquito right out of that nose there. That's right. Get that mosquito right out of there. That is so far up there, and you're driving along there, having a good time. You want to go ahead and roll down your window. Let's go ahead and roll down that window. Got some old cars over there. Hey, look, there's some friends of yours out the window over there. That's right. They're your friends out the window over there. That's right. And you're going on a vacation and they're not. That's right. You're going on that vacation and they're not. You're driving along, having a good time, not a care in the world, big smile on your face. There's a car coming next now, and the people in that car next to that car almost just cut you off over there. That car almost just cut you off over there. And there's another car coming next now, and the people in that car next to you, they are checking you out in that car. That's right. They are checking you out in that car. You know, you've got the top down, you've got the window down. The only thing that you're missing now are some tunes. So when I say go, you're going to find the radio. The first song that comes on, you'll believe and imagine is something you love, and you'll sing it out loud, guys. Go and hit the radio there, guys. And you know when you're in the car all by yourself, you like to find those slow love songs and sing them out loud? Let's find a slow song and sing it out loud, guys. Sing it out. Uh-oh, there's some friends of yours. Go ahead and change up that station. Change it up, guys.
I don't care. I love it. I don't care. I got this feeling on the summer day when you were gone. I pushed my car into the bridge. I wish I let it burn. I threw your stuff into a bag and pushed it down the stairs. I pushed my car into the bridge. I don't care. I love it. I don't care.
And we're running a bit late now. Gotta go a bit faster. Go and hit the gas. Oh, you just been speeding by the police. Oh, you got away from the police. No stupid speeding tickets this morning. Go ahead and take another right, take another left, and look out for the speed bump. There's one more. Awesome job there, guys. Go ahead and take another right, another left there. Hit the brakes now, and sleep, sleep. Arms down, relax. And this round of applause is for you guys. Give it up for them. All right, you've just arrived at your first destination of several today. Just a public service announcement. People you should never, ever drive with, okay? All right, you've just arrived at your first destination. Your first destination is sunny Miami Beach, Florida. So I want you to go ahead and do me a favor. Get ready for your day at the beach. Go ahead and keep your eyes closed and relaxed. Another closed-eye daydream. I want you to go and get ready for your day at the beach. Pack a lunch for yourself now. Pack a towel for yourself. Get everything you need for your day at the beach. Excellent. But most importantly, I need you to be safe today, so I want you to go and get your lotion all over there. Go and get your sunscreen on you there. Get lotion all over you. Don't miss any spots there. There we go. Good. Excellent. The second when I say go, you're going to keep your eyes closed and relaxed. You're going to sprawl back in your beach chair because you just arrived on Miami Beach, guys. Ready, set, and here we go. Sitting here on the beach, not a care in the world. Got a big smile on your face. You're on vacation. And you know what else puts a big smile on your face? That person over there. And there goes another one. And look at that person down the beach. That person looks pretty good from far there. You're going to want that person to come down and see you now. So before they do, make sure you look good for that person. Get yourself ready for that person. Now, giving us your smoothest move possible, I want you to gesture for that person to come down and see you. There you go. That's right. Give us your smoothest move. And that person's getting closer to you now and closer to you. When that person gets up next, realize that some people should not wear that kind of bathing suit. And that person's gone away now. You're feeling better. Getting a little hungry here on the beach. You might want to go ahead and grab a sandwich out of your cooler. Let's go ahead and grab a sandwich out of there. Take a big bite out of that sandwich there. Tastes so good. And take another big bite. In fact, that is so good, you want to let your neighbor take a bite. Doesn't bother you at all. Let your neighbor take a bite. Oh, wait a minute, you just bit into some sand there. Yuck. You bit into some sand. Go ahead and take a big drink of water. That's going to make you feel all better. You know, you're getting real warm on the beach, so you might want to go ahead and turn around and warm your other side. Let's go ahead and turn right around and warm and tan your other side there. That's right. Let's go ahead and turn right around there. There you go. It's even better on this side. Look at that person over here. And look up at that sunshine, puts a big smile on your face. But you realize something's happening up there in the sky now. It's starting to get darker and darker now. Do not leave your seat, but it's getting darker and darker. In fact, it's starting to... It's starting to rain. Go and huddle up, bundle up, whatever you need to do to get away from this rain now. Looks like the rain's starting to go away. The sun's starting to come back out, and you're feeling absolutely positively... Oops. Wonderful again. The sun's come back out now. You're feeling great again. Go ahead and kick back, relax, close your eyes, and sleep, sleep, sleep. And this round of applause is for you. Give it up for them now, guys. All right, in a second, when I say go, you're all going to have your first open-eye daydream. When I say go, you're going to open your eyes. You're going to look directly at any wall that you see in this room. When you do so, it's going to feel like that boring class we talked about before. You're going to know there are people in front of you. You know where you are. You're aware where you are, but you just don't care where you are. You're focused on your daydream only. If that all makes sense, nod your head up and down. Ready, set, go. Eyes wide open, awake and alert. Go and focus on any spot that you see in this room. You're feeling relaxed. You're feeling focused. Look at any spot in this room here. And I want you to imagine that you just spent the day at Miami Beach. I want you to imagine you're now in downtown Miami. And I want you to imagine you're at a movie theater and you're looking at a movie screen and we're going to watch some movies here. In fact, the first movie they're about to watch, As we're waiting for these previews to finish up, you can get some popcorn for yourself. You can start eat that popcorn anytime. You can drink that drink anytime. If you're sitting next to a special someone today, you want to hold that special someone's hand next to you, you can hold that special someone's hand. If not, that's okay too. And we're going to watch some movies. In fact, the first movie they're about to watch, it's the saddest movie you've ever seen in your life. It's the saddest thing you've ever seen. It's the saddest thing you've ever seen on screen. You think that part was sad? Here comes the saddest part of them all. We're going to leave this sad movie now, and we're going to go to the funniest movie you've ever seen. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen on screen. And we're going to leave this funny movie now. We're going to go the most suspenseful, on the edge of your seat thriller you've ever seen. You know, that's a good movie, but I think you like the other one just a little bit better. It's the saddest thing you've ever seen on screen again. And here comes that sad part again, but this time it's even sadder than before. You might want to hold somebody. We don't want to end on a sad note. We're going to go one more time right back to that real funny movie, except this time it makes you laugh even louder than before. You hear someone next to you laughing, it makes you laugh even louder. If you like those movies, raise your hand up real high. If you like those movies, raise your hand up real high. Excellent. Everybody do me a favor. Kick back, relax, close your eyes, and sleep, sleep. And this round of applause is for you too, guys. All right, I'm going to come by and give a few of you some suggestions. They only apply if I tap you on the shoulder. The person whose shoulder I'm tapping right now, only the person whose shoulder I'm tapping now. For the rest of today's show, whenever you hear me say the word fun, whenever I say the word fun, you're going to open your eyes, you're going to stand up, and you're going to believe and imagine that you've been transformed, and you've become a member of the Laugh Police, and you do not like laughter. When I say that word fun, you're going to open your eyes, you're going to stand up. If you hear anybody laughing in the audience, you see anybody laugh in the audience, you mean business. There is no laughter whatsoever allowed in your town. You will not tolerate it. You will not stand for it. The more laughter you hear, the more it frustrates you because you just want law-abiding citizens in your town. Now, you will not touch anybody. You will not swear at anybody, but the more more laughter you hear, the more it frustrates you. You just want everybody to abide by that one law, no laughter whatsoever. If that all makes sense, nod your head up and down. Only the person's shoulder I'm touching now. Now, if I'm tapping you on the shoulder now, for the rest of today's show, whenever you hear me say Syracuse, whenever I say Syracuse, you're going to open your eyes, you're going to stand up, and you're going to believe and imagine that you've just entered into the most ridiculous game of hide and seek. When I say Syracuse, you're going to open your eyes, you're going to stand up, and you're going to hide in the stupidest, most ridiculous place anybody could ever hide in if they're trying to win at hide and seek. Someplace clearly where everybody can see you, but you think it's the best hiding place in the world. Now, every time you hear me say Syracuse, you're going to hide in a completely different place. And every time you hear, not, you're like, yeah, good, he's eager. Only if I'm tapping you on the shoulder now does that affect you. If I did not tap you on the shoulder, it has no effect on you. Now, you'll hide in a safe place. You'll not put yourself or any audience member in any sort of harm or danger. Only you'll hide in a completely safe place, but a ridiculously obvious place and a completely different place every time you hear me say that word. If that all makes sense, nod your head up and down. If I did not tap you on the shoulder, you're going to hear some things going on around you. You're going to stay in this nice state of deep relaxation, just relaxing up here, and you'll rejoin us in a few minutes. If that all makes sense, nod your head up and down. Good. All right, so you guys having a good time so far? So how many of you have never seen a hypnosis show before? Quite a few of you, all right. So for those of you who have never seen one, as you can see, they can become a lot of fun. So we're going to have some fun here today. No, you're going to sit right there. You're not you. You sit right there. Stop! Go! What's the matter?
They're laughing.
What's...
Go! Get out!
What's the matter?
What?
What's she doing?
She's laughing. She's not obeying the law.
Look at this. Not laughing.
Not laughing.
Is that good?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Go. Get out.
Oh, hold on. So, wait a minute. So, check this out. Group of parents right there, right?
Yeah.
Not laughing.
They're good.
They're good. All right. All right, come here. Come right here. You know it'll work? So we can't laugh, right?
No laughing.
How come?
Because it's the law.
It's the law. You got a lot of laughers out there. You know what's going to happen? You know what you can do to get them all to be quiet?
What?
You give them the evil eye.
Go.
How's that working for you?
Not.
All right, so let's see here. So if you catch somebody laughing, if you catch, like right there, we have another repeat offender there. If you catch somebody laughing here today, as the laugh policeman, what is the punishment going to be for the first offense? The first time you catch somebody laughing, what's going to happen to them?
Stern talking.
Stern talking. And what would you tell them?
Stop.
All right. And what would the punishment be for the second offense be? What would happen the second time you catch somebody laughing?
Tell them to get out.
Tell them to get out. All right. So now, I'm actually from New Hampshire. In New Hampshire, we can laugh. Now, is this just a rule here in the state, or is it just here in Syracuse? Like, what's the deal?
Don't know.
All right, so.
Stop! Stop!
What's the matter?
They're all laughing.
Hold on, I just gotta. Come on, that's not funny.
No.
Hold on a second. I gotta ask her something. Hold on a second. Hold on, come here. What you doing?
Hide and seek?
Okay, good. You think anybody sees you?
I don't know.
All right. Hold on a second. I just gotta check with this one over here. Hold on. So, what are you doing?
I'm hiding.
You think anybody sees you?
No.
All right. All right. So we've established that you cannot laugh in Syracuse, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you can't laugh in Syracuse. Syracuse.
Stop laughing!
All right, what if you give them the evil eye? How's that working for you?
It's not.
It's not. All right, come on over here. You come on over here. We'll come back to you in a minute. So, I have a seat right over here. All right, you close your eyes and sleep, sleep, sleep. Don't fall down. Good. All right. All right. Everybody do me a favor. Close your eyes and sleep, sleep, sleep. Close your eyes and sleep. All right. If you hear those words again, those still take effect throughout the show. Only the people whose shoulders I tap there. But for right now, everybody's going to join the journey. In a second, when I say go, you're all going to open your eyes and look right down at your feet. Ready, set, go. Eyes wide open, awaken, and look right down those feet. Even if you're hiding before, you can go ahead and open your eyes, look down at those feet. And you can open your eyes and look down at your feet as well. You can open your eyes, look down at those feet, and you're already there. All right, so now look at those feet. Those feet you're looking at, they've been transformed. They're no longer ordinary, everyday feet. They're happy feet. They're starting to move to the left now. They're starting to move to the right, and you want to go ahead and stand up on those happy feet. Let's go ahead and stand up on those happy feet now. Those happy feet that you're looking at, they've been transformed. They're no longer in Florida. They're now in New York City, and they make you dance better than you've ever danced before in your life. I want you to look at the person next to you, closest to you. You're in a dance-off with that person, guys. Ready, set, and here we go.
Now I me bop, 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 bop. Now I me bop, 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 bop. Now watch me whip, hey. Now watch me nay nay. Okay. Now watch me whip, whip. Watch me nay nay. Why me do it? Now watch me whip, kill it. Watch me nay nay. Okay. Now watch me whip, whip. Watch me nay nay. Can you do it? Now watch me, ooh, watch me, watch me, ooh, watch me, watch me, ooh, watch me.
All right, guys, you're in a dance-off with somebody else, guys. Here we go.
I don't know how it happened. We took the floor and she said, oh, don't you get up back. Just keep your eyes on me. I said, you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh, ooh, shut up and dance with me. Oh, come on, girl.
Awesome job there, guys. Hey, guys, very carefully. Come right down here, guys. Come right down here. And let's show them all up close your Thriller, guys.
It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark. Under the moonlight, you see a sight that almost stops your heart. You try to scream, but terror takes the sound before you make it. You start to freeze, and so it looks you right between the eyes. You're paralyzed, 'cause this is Thriller night, and no one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. You know it's Thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a
Awesome job there, guys. Give them all a round of applause, guys. They grab a seat up here. All right, everybody kick back, relax, grab a seat, and sleep, sleep, sleep. All right, we're going to head on back pretty soon, but before we do, we're going to have a little bit more fun. We're going to have some more fun. What's going on? They're laughing? So you know what I think you need to do?
What?
I think you need to set an example here today.
Okay.
You got a lot of laughers out there,
Yes.
a lot of repeat offenders.
Yes.
You need to set an example.
Yes.
So you know what I'm thinking?
What?
You need to set an example. Laugh jail. And she is under arrest for?
Laughter.
Has the right to remain?
Silent.
So you know what I'm thinking?
What?
One more chair up there. She is under arrest for?
Laughter.
Has the right to remain?
Silent.
Silent. All right. Now, is there anything you want to tell all of them? Actually, you stand right here. I'm going to have you slide right over Now, you have two in jail over here right now. Is there anything you want to tell all of them and how it relates to them and what could happen to them in relation to these two up here?
Put them all in jail.
You're going to put them all in jail?
Yeah.
For?
Laughter.
Laughter. All right, come on up here. Come right up here. Have a seat right on the end over there if you would. Good. All right, everybody do me a favor. Kick back, relax, close your eyes, and sleep, sleep, sleep. All right, we got to head on back in a few minutes here. In a second when I say go, before we head on back, you're going to believe and imagine that you've gone back in space and time. You're going to believe and imagine that you are all happy, happy 5-year-olds on Sesame Street, taking on all the qualities and characteristics of a happy, happy 5-year-old. Going from 1 up to 2, up to 3. Ready, set, go. Eyes wide open, awake, and alert. Hi, everybody. Hi. So, we have a couple new friends up here. Can we say hi to our friends? So, I just got to get to know everybody's first name. My name is Pete, and what is your first name?
Yeah.
And what do you like to do during the day?
Uh.
All right, good. And what's your first name?
Noah.
No. And how old are you?
5.
And what do you like to do during the day?
Color.
What's your favorite color?
Orange.
Orange. Very good. What's your first name?
Tori.
And what do you like to do? Well said. All right. And what's your first name?
Tice.
And what do you like to do during the day?
Sleep.
Sleep. All right. Very good. And your first name?
I'm Chrissy.
And what do you like to do during the day?
I like to eat candy.
What's your favorite candy?
Smarties.
Smarties. Who likes Smarties? All right. And what's your first name?
Regan.
And what do you like to do during the day?
Sing.
What's your favorite song? Awesome. All right, good. And what's your first name?
Brent.
And what do you like to do during the day?
Play outside.
Play outside. What do you play?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Very good. And your first name?
Harrison.
And what do you like to do during the day?
Hide and seek.
And where do you hide?
Impossible places.
Impossible places. And what's your first name?
Anna.
And what do you like to do during the day?
Dance.
Dance. Very good. And your first name?
Grant.
And what do you like to do?
I don't know.
You don't know. All right. And your first name?
V.
And what do you like to do?
Complain.
All right. So, how many of you want to play a really, 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 really cool game? All right. See all those nice people out there? I need to say goodbye to those nice people soon. Now, I can prove to you that they're nice people because I bet if you wave to them, they're all going to wave back to you. Now, I need to talk to those nice people, okay? Now, I'm going to turn around and talk to those nice people. When I turn around and talk to them, you're all going to make the funniest 5-year-old face you can make at me, but don't get caught, because if you get caught, no more Sesame Street. All right, so we're going to wrap this up in a few minutes. I hope everybody had a good time, enjoyed themselves, as you can see. So we'll do one more thing here before we head on this. So anyways, we'll do one more thing before we head on out of here. Hope everybody had a good time, enjoyed themselves, as you can see. Do you know why they're laughing?
No.
Do you have anything to do with it?
No.
Do you know why they're laughing? He did it?
He did it.
All right, we're going to add one more rule to this game. This time I'm going to turn around and I'm going to talk to those nice people out there. When I turn around and talk to those nice people, you're going to make your funny 5-year-old face again. But if I say the word freeze, your entire body is going to freeze in the position that's in until I say release. So go ahead and make a funny 5-year-old face, but don't get caught, because if you get caught, no more Sesame Street. Make it funnier now. Make it funnier, funnier, funnier. Make it funnier, funnier, funnier. Don't get caught. Funnier, 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 funnier. And freeze! You guys want to get out of here? Leave them up here like this? Rest of the day while you're in here, come in here. This is what you see. And release, release, release. This time I want you to make it funnier than before. Make it funnier. Don't get caught. Make it funnier, funnier, funnier. Make it funnier. Don't get caught. Funnier, 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 funnier. Funnier, 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 funnier. Freeze! There's a fine line between funny and scary, isn't there? And release. This time I want you to make the absolutely, positively funniest 5-year-old face you've ever made in your life now. The absolutely, positively funniest 5-year-old face you've ever made. Funniest, funniest, funniest. Don't get caught. Funniest, 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 funniest. And freeze! Well, we're going to wrap this up here in a second, guys. Before we do, I've got one thing to tell you. These are your friends up here, guys. Give it up for them right now. Go ahead and release, release, release. Kick back, relax. Close your eyes and sleep, sleep, sleep. Close your eyes and sleep, sleep, sleep. All right, in a second, I'm going to count from 1 up to 5. As I count from 1 up to 5 with each number, you're going to awaken all the way. On that number 5, completely awake and alert. On that number 5, you no longer accept the suggestions I've given you today. The word sleep will have no effect. You're going to awaken feeling like you've just woken up from a couple hours nap, feeling refreshed, awake, and alert for the rest of the day, feeling wonderful. That all makes sense? Nod your head up and down. You'll be the age you are in the year 2016, no longer accepting any of these suggestions. Now, when you awaken on that number 5, this is the only thing you'll take with you. When you awaken, you're going to have forgotten everything that happened up here today. In fact, you're convinced that the show did not even take place. You'll be a little disappointed by this because here I am trying to tell you that the show is all over and you really wanted to volunteer for the show, but you've forgotten everything. You're convinced it didn't happen. I'll try to convince you otherwise, but I won't be very successful, and eventually I'll have you stand up and go back to your seat. And when you stand up and go back to your seat, you immediately remember everything. Everything comes right back to mind, and when you remember everything, you might feel a little bit embarrassed at first, but the audience will give you a tremendous round of applause. That's going to wipe away any and all embarrassment, make you realize this was all just a good time, and it wipes away all that embarrassment, and you realize it was just all a good time. If that all makes sense, nod your head up and down, except for the person whose shoulder I'm tapping now. The person whose shoulder I'm tapping now, when you stand up and go back to your seat, you still have forgotten everything. You're convinced that the show didn't take place. Now, earlier in the show, you didn't like to have laughter, you didn't like to have a good time. And as you start to walk back to your seat, you're going to hear some music. And when you hear that music, it's going to fill you with spirit. It's going to fill you with energy. It's going to turn you into the world's most enthusiastic Zumba instructor. And you are going to want to do a dance to that song right up here on stage. And when that song turns off, you immediately remember everything. Everything comes right back to mind. And when you immediately remember everything and it comes back to mind, you might feel a little bit embarrassed, but the audience will give you a tremendous round of applause. That wipes away any and all embarrassment, makes you realize this was all just a good time, has no effect on you outside if you're only in here today. If that all makes sense, nod your head up and down. Only the person's shoulder I'm touching now has no effect on anybody else. Going from 1 now, begin to awaken, going from 1 up to 2, starting to stretch out now, going from 1 up to 2, up to 3, stretching out more and more, going from 1 up to 2, up to 3, those word suggestions are going away now, going from 1 up to 2, up to 3, up to 4, up to 5, eyes all the way open, awaken, alert, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and welcome back, guys, everybody. Let's give them a round of applause, guys, as they come back. Did you guys have a good time? Did you guys have a good time? What's the matter? What's that?
Where am I?
Oh, you're back to the convention center.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't have a good time on the show?
What show?
The hypnosis show.
Shit.
All right. So, did you guys have a good time? So, what's going on? You didn't like the show? All right, good. What's going on?
I don't know.
All right, so we do have to wrap this up, guys, and you guys got a full day going on here. So what's your first name?
V.
Yours?
Grant.
Yours?
Anna.
Yours?
Harrison.
Yours?
Brent.
Yours?
Regan.
You guys, do me a favor. Go ahead and stand up. All comes back to you. Give it up for them guys to go back to their seats. Thanks, guys, for coming up. You guys go back to your seats. Thanks, guys. You are?
I'm Miss. Chase.
You are?
Tori.
You are?
Noah.
4 of you, do me a favor. Go ahead and stand up. All comes back to you. You guys go back to your seats. Thanks, guys. You know who these two are over here?
No,
Were they here before?
I don't believe so.
How'd they get up here?
I don't know. How did I get in this chair?
I don't know. Yeah, the two of you can go back to the seat. Give them a round of applause, guys, to go back to the seat. And what's your first name?
Zach?
Zach. Well, like I said earlier, it doesn't work for everyone every day, and I guess it didn't work for you, Zach. You can head on back to the seat. Give Zach a round of applause, guys.
And we dance all night to the best song ever. Can you every night? Now I can't remember how it goes, but I know that I won't forget her. We dance all night to the best song ever. You went oh, you went hey, yeah, we go.
Hey, Zach, check this out. All comes back to you. Thanks a lot, Zach. Thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy the rest of your conference. Hope you have a great day, guys.
Thank you very much. All righty. Good morning, New York State FFA. How are we doing? Awesome. Well, Just wanted to start this morning off right, so we have a quick video by the Farm Bureau for you guys, then we back out on stage, all right?
Hardworking, dedicated, resilient. New York farmers. We're a diverse community, old and young, men and women, grandparents and children, large farms and small, produce and livestock, Long Island and upstate. We produce milk and apples, wine and cabbage, and everything in between. We're New York farmers. We bring the best products in the world to market. And we do it in a state that's as big and diverse as our agricultural community. While we may have different ideas about farming, it's our common bond, our struggles and successes that unite us. It's clear that there are some things that every farmer, especially every New York farmer, shares. What brings us together? What connects every farmer? It's our love of the land and the pride we take in seeing the results of our hard work. We care about clean water and good soil, and about being good stewards of the environment. We care about our crops and our animals, and the importance of safe and healthy food. We love our families, our communities, and our country. We want our government to hear our voices, to understand our needs, to appreciate what we do, and to recognize the importance of the issues facing agriculture. It was once written that farming is a profession of hope. We agree. Our best days are ahead of us if we keep working together, if we keep focusing on the things that bring us together. Every farmer is hopeful for the future, for themselves, their children, and their community. We want the next generation to know that if they want to return to the farm, their opportunity in agriculture is secure. Every farmer wants to make sure that the future is vibrant, like so many of our parents and grandparents did. We want those who come after us to feel the excitement when a healthy calf is born, when the crops are harvested, when the fields are prepared in anticipation of next year's growing season. You see, New York's farmers aren't just planting seeds in our fields. We're planting seeds for our future. Every day we look at that sunrise, that sunset, and we know that if we do our job well today, this farm, this land, this way of life can be preserved for the next generation and the generation after that. Because in the end, that's what connects every New York farmer. The hard work, the land, the workers, the crops, the livestock, the family, the hope. We're here for New York's farmers. New York Farm Bureau brings us together, makes us stronger, gives us a voice, helps to secure our future. Every farmer needs Farm Bureau, and Farm Bureau needs every farmer.
Can we just give it up one more time for the New York Farm Bureau for all their support, please? Fantastic. All right, well, we have some special announcements this morning.
Today is the Colbusky-Richmondville FFA Advisors chapter. She's also my mother. Miss Deb Fletcher turns 29 years old today.
We had a few other birthdays during convention, including Kayla Gully, your state treasurer, and Eliza Jordan. If there are any other birthdays that happened during convention, if you would go ahead and stand up for us. And Erin Langdale's birthday is tomorrow, so we're going to go ahead and sing for all of you. Feel free to join in.
Please join in.
Happy birthday.
Awesome. Thank you very much, New York FFA. So, the big question is, who wants a t-shirt?
Two, one. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of your national anthem by Noah from Carthage and Mackenzie from Belleville.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hall will come to order. We are now holding the 5th general session of the 91st New York FFA Convention. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
Determine at their stations and report back to you, Madam President. The Sentinel.
Station by the door.
Your duties there.
Through the stove, past many friends of FFA. It's my duty to see that the door is open to all friends at all times, and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization which reaches from the state of Alaska to Puerto Rico and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed by the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I am asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is the same symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over the meetings in the absence of a president, who is placed beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we follow the leadership from our president, we should be led out of the darkness of selfishness into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The secretary will call the roll of members.
There are 1,645 members present, Madam President.
Thank you. Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA membership possess. Woo! Okay. May we accomplish our purposes. May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this 5th session of the 91st New York FFA Convention duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented.
At this time, I would like to call Kelsey O'Hare to the podium.
From literally knocking each other out during intense pillow fights to being a dynamic duo of gym class heroes, Kayla and Trisha always know how to crack each other up and the people around them. These besties have brought the love of Disney, impeccable fashion sense, service, and a passion for the future of agriculture this past year. They have truly grown from awkward second graders to the leaders of this organization. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming your Session 5 chairs, your State Treasurer, Kayla Gully, and your State Secretary, Trisha Jordan.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month.
Kayla, where are you? Right here. What are you doing over there? I was just trying to get a new perspective. This convention has been unforgettable. All of the amazing Proficiency Award winners, the dedicated and amazing CDE, and the kind entertainment with Cirque du Soleil, I just wanted to experience this convention from a little bit of a different perspective.
You know, that's right. You probably figured out by now that it was not this year's state officer team who just crushed opening ceremonies. We have been privileged to be joined by members from this year's winning junior chapter meeting team from the South Jefferson chapter, who just did an outstanding job. Whether it were these junior members who just did an awesome job at opening ceremonies, first-year members who are attending their very first state convention, or the 6 individuals who will take over leading this organization next year, there are so many opportunities in FFA to experience it from different perspectives, and even more opportunities to leave our imprint on the people around us.
You know, you definitely left an imprint on me over the years.
That's right. Hey, want to play a game?
Aren't we a little busy with session?
Okay, here's how it goes. So I'm going to think of what's happening in this general session, and you have to guess it telepathically.
Okay, let's do a warm-up.
All right, tell me what I'm thinking.
Donut.
No! Kayla, think of something that's going on in this general session. Let's try it again.
Okay. Are we going to recognize this year's district president team, install the new district president team, have our parade of champions, and even recognize all of our CDE winners?
Yes, what else?
Are we going to hear from your state vice president, Emma Rose Wagner, and your state sentinel, Lindsay Palmer, as they give their retiring addresses?
Exactly. We have so much to be excited about in this session. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 5th general session of the 91st New York State Convention. To kick this session off, please help us welcome the New York Farm Bureau President, Mr. Dean Norton, to the stage to share a few words with us.
Good morning, FFA. I like that. Normally when I chair a meeting, I say good morning, and I get good morning, Mr. Norton. You guys are like, good morning. I love that. So first off, I want to thank you for allowing us to be part of your convention. It's an honor for me to be here. Appreciate the opportunity you've given me to speak this morning. And I thank you for the warm welcome that you had for our video a few minutes ago. I hope you all loved that. We love putting it together to showcase how much we all need to be working together into the future. I think, as many of you know, farmers, there's less than 1% of us left in the population, so we need to be making sure we're working together. So, how many of you guys have ever been jealous of anything? Go ahead, raise your hand. I can't see who you are. They got black. I just want to let you know I'm jealous of you. Do you know why I'm jealous of you guys? Because you're younger than me. Who said that? That guy, right? Stand up, take a bow. You got the answer. Yes, because you're younger than me. But trust me, you've got a great future ahead of you. And that's why I'm jealous. In this room, ladies and gentlemen, there are going to be doctors and lawyers and farmers. There's going to be politicians. And there's going to be people that rule and lead the world. And they are in this room. And I'm jealous of that. But I'm also jealous of where you're going to be in agriculture. I know where we've come in the last 25 years. And it isn't even close to where we're going to be in 5, 10, or 15. And you guys are the ones that are going to get us there. So that's why I'm jealous. I really am. So I encourage you, take what you've learned, take your love for agriculture, take your love for your town, for your village, for your state, and for your country, and do good. Because I know that you will. Because I know that the advisors that you have taught you the way. So, you had a chance to meet with Alex Wright, our young farmer rancher chair yesterday, and I'm sure she expounded upon the program there about getting involved in Farm Bureau. What I'm here for is I want to give you something that is free. So who has their smartphones with them right now? All right. Since I know your generation likes to make sure they can do it in 2 minutes or less, we're going to do this in 2 minutes or less, I hope. So I would like you to go to www.nyfb.org. Say it again. www.nyfb.org. What do you see? Is it there yet? Loading. There's no Wi-Fi? www, and this is the guy that said I was old, .nyfb.org. Is that our mobile site there? All right, do you see a tab that says latest news? Click there, please. If you said no, start over again. Have you got it? Do you see student memberships? That's the free part. Click on there, and I would like you to fill that form out right now. So while you're filling that out, what that free thing is a free student membership to be a member of New York Farm Bureau. We want to make sure that you guys have the opportunities to understand what our organization does, who we represent, and why we do what we do. So we're giving you all complimentary memberships. That's if you're filling out the form right now. All right? You're going to get our free newsletter. You'll get emails. And we want to make sure that you stay involved into the future with Farm Bureau. Are you almost done? No? What, are we asking for too much information? Yeah, we're adults. Sometimes we want more than we need. All right. Are we getting close? No. I've already got mine done, and I'm old. All right, as you guys complete that process, again, thank you for being here. Now, I'm going to leave, but I want to ask you one more question. What is tomorrow? All right, if you said Mother's Day, please stand and take a bow. Okay. If you are a mother, please stand and take a round of applause. Young men and young women, we need to thank our moms because they're the reasons we're here. I know that very well. They're the ones that make sure our clothes are clean, food's ready, and they argue with us about doing homework all the time. But we don't get there unless they care. So, moms, thank you. Happy Mother's Day. And folks, thank you for allowing me to have time with you this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Norton, so much for being here. We are so grateful to have the support from New York Farm Bureau, and we hope to continue this relationship for years to come. We hope you enjoy your time here at convention. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for the president of New York Farm Bureau, Mr. Dean Norton. Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
As FFA members, we know there are many different ways to tell a story. And the students in the Agricultural Issues CDE do exactly that and get creative while doing it. These students research the ins and outs of an agricultural topic, develop a credible presentation, and are required to show both sides of the topic. So without further ado, please help me welcome the winners of the Agricultural Issues CDE, the Pioneer FFA.
Genetic engineering is a technology which allows scientists to take genetic information from one organism and place it in an organism of a different species. For example, a gene found in a tomato is moved to a gene found in a bacteria is moved to a tomato, thus providing the tomato with more insect resistance. But is it possible to genetically engineer the insect? Sounds exciting, or sounds scary? That is the issue at hand.
Today's presentation takes the form of a televised news broadcast on the genetically engineered diamondback moth, better known as the cabbage moth. Team members today include Barbara Leary, a scientist from Oxitec, Dawson Gallagher, a member from the Food Safety Administration, Brooke Tillinghast, a researcher from the Geneva Research Station, Brandon Bischoff, a local cabbage farmer, Chelsea Brown, a local environmentalist, with Kelsey O'Hare and myself, Jake Leva, hosting today's special. Keep in mind that as we go through today's presentation, our objective is not to persuade you, but simply to inform you on the matter at hand.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to WFFA's special presentation on the genetically engineered diamondback moth. This morning's presentation will prove to be informative to you, the consumers. Not only will you learn how this moth is to be used in agriculture, you will see the first-hand response to this biotechnology across the country and around the world. I encourage you to keep an open mind, as the next several minutes will enlighten you on one of the most sophisticated agricultural technologies that is sure to impact the next generation.
Throughout today's presentation, you will hear several pros and cons to this issue. The pros include less dependence on pesticides, an increase in crop quality, an increase in crop yields, and the ability to apply this technology to other agricultural issues. The cons include a loss of genetic diversity, contamination of the human food supply, the uncertainties of costs associated with these moths, and possibly jeopardizing organic farming practices.
Let's begin our discussion. With me in the studio are three individuals who find the issue of the genetically engineered diamondback moth near and dear to their heart. Joining me is Dr. Morrison, a scientist at Oxitec, Mr. Dawson Gallagher, a representative from the Center for Food Safety, and Dr. Shelton, the lead research scientist at Cornell University's Geneva Experiment Station. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much.
Let's begin with Dr. Morrison. Welcome.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Could you please outline your work with Oxitec?
My pleasure. At Oxitec, we have for the first time been able to genetically modify the diamondback moth, one of the world's most damaging agricultural pests. This global pest, which attacks brassica crops such as cabbage and broccoli, is estimated to cost farmers $4 to $5 billion a year worldwide. Oxitec has created a genetically modified diamondback moth, which includes a special gene that causes female young to die before reaching adulthood. This means that eventually the females will die off and the population can no longer reproduce. We harness genetics to provide the effect we want without causing any permanent change to the species and without the gene persisting in the environment. This will increase the quantity and increase the quality of the...
I can't sit here any longer listening to Dr. Morrison talk about the positive effects of the genetically engineered diamondback moth. Let's get the record straight. There are many negatives to this major agricultural issue. Genetic engineering is just another class of biotech experiments happening in our environment today. Presented as a possible solution to eliminate the use of pesticide, they will surely cause more problems than they will solve. Releasing these moths poses imminent harm to human health. Will the added protein cause allergies? Who knows? The United States government has failed to enact laws that address the risks associated with the potential release. As a representative from the Center for Food Safety, we believe the United States government first needs to develop an oversight mechanism. The oversight mechanism must include a comprehensive and rigorous analysis under our health and environmental laws. Since millions of these moths will be released weekly to combat wild populations, inevitably they will end up in our food supply.
But Mr. Gallagher.
I'm sorry, but I have to interrupt. Dr. Shelton, could you please outline the basic morphology of the diamondback moth?
Of course. The diamondback moth, also known as the cabbage moth, was introduced to the U.S. from Europe and infects many cruciferous crops, including broccoli, canola, and cabbage. The adults are small and slender, only 1/3 inch in length, When the wings are folded, they form 3 yellow diamond-shaped spots along their back. The moths move rapidly when disturbed, but flight is only fluttering from plant to plant. The female may lay up to 150 eggs at a time. The eggs are small, round, yellowish eggs that are laid on the underside of the leaves and have a large effect on the crop in the U.S. and around the world.
Thank you for your input on this topic. After a short break, we will reconvene out in the field at the Shelton Lab. Welcome back to WFFA's special presentation on the genetically engineered diamondback moth. We will now go to Jacob out in the field where reports of the field studies are being released.
Thank you, Kelsey. We're here today at the Geneva Research Center, hosted by Cornell University, where these field trials are being conducted. I have with me Dr. Shelton. Dr. Shelton, could you tell us about the field trials being conducted here?
Certainly. This summer we started field trials where cabbages, genetically engineered diamondback moths, and traditional diamondback moths were released into field cages. These cages are large tents where the cabbages grow and the moths are confined into a certain area. The trial assesses mating competitiveness, the longevity, and the reproductive rate of the 2 moths, and an in-depth comparison of the 2. We have released up to 150,000 moths from the lab for up to 4 weeks.
That's fascinating. We now have with us Mr. Brandon Bishov, a local cabbage farmer. Mr. Bishov, could you tell us about the cabbage industry in the state of New York?
I'd be glad to. The cabbage industry is a huge part of New York State agriculture. Believe it or not, cabbage is the highest earning vegetable crop in New York State, earning more than $106 million annually. Cabbage is high in vitamin C and fiber, and the fermentation process used to make sauerkraut helps boost your immune system and your gastrointestinal health.
What a wonderful crop. Now, could you tell us, how is this technology going to be applied to your farm?
Well, as Dr. Shelton said, these genetically engineered moths may help to eliminate some of the pest caterpillars in my field. When a genetically engineered moth mates with a local female moth, they have offspring. Now, the female offspring, they don't live to reproductive age, so the future generation has a lot less female moths to mate with, and the population crashes, and then my cabbage crop benefits.
No genetic engineer, no genetic
Excuse me, ma'am, excuse me. Could you tell us why you don't want the release of this moth?
Releasing these moths in my environment is not safe. Not enough testing has been done on the impacts of this pest on our environment. You may not think that killing off one species of insect is a big deal when there are 6 to 10 million species of insects in the world, but it is. Upsetting the ecosystem always has lasting effects, and eliminating just one pest allows other pests to thrive. Did Dr. Shelton tell you that this moth could be used to introduce disease and viruses because her DNA is made up of viral sequences? Or did she tell you that they can survive under certain conditions and farmers still use pesticides?
Yes, ma'am, it is true that we may still use pesticides, but this genetically engineered moth may help to eliminate a pest that has developed a strong resistance to pesticides. My only concern is the cost. And until Oxitec releases the cost for this genetically engineered moth, I don't know if the benefits will outweigh the damage.
As you can see, this is a hotly contested issue, with people on both sides of the issue bringing up very good points. For the final leg of today's special, we're going to go back to the studio for one last discussion.
Thank you, Jacob. As we conclude this morning's presentation, we have invited all of our guests back into the studio to summarize their key arguments.
Thank you for joining us. We had the opportunity to invite all of our guests back in the studio for one last debate, including our protester. To lead off our debate in favor of the moth, we have Dr. Morrison.
Thank you for allowing me to be a guest on your show. This is a topic I see as an agricultural breakthrough in the future of food production. The diamondback moth was once just a minor nuisance moth. It became an agricultural headache in the 1940s when the use of pesticides exploded and the moth became one of the first pests to develop a resistance to DDT. I see genetically engineering as the most viable way to control a pest that continues to develop a new resistance to pesticides.
But Dr. Morrison, Wiping out a population affects the ecosystem. The diamondback moth serves as a food source for ground beetles, ladybugs, spiders, and birds. What effect will this synthetic gene have on these species? Not only will their food source be limited, but this could lead to concern of invasive species.
Don't forget about the organic farmer. Escaping moths can endanger the organic certification of a farm. There's a possibility that these genetically engineered insects could impact the organic food market, causing consumers to be less likely to buy products that may come in contact with these genetically engineered organisms. Even though experts claim that intentional contamination will not affect organic standards, how can the organic farmer market his product in good faith? You know, the marketplace expects products to be free of these genetically engineered insects. Oxitec was unable to get approval for the field release of this diamondback moth in the UK. That's where Dr. Morrison's laboratory is located.
The cabbage industry is a huge part of New York State agriculture, and the diamondback moth is the most costly and pest-resistant pest that we have. If I can find a safe and affordable means of controlling it, I'm all for new technology. But like I said, my only concern is the cost, and until Oxitec releases the cost for this genetically engineered moth, I can't make an informed decision for my farm.
The diamondback moth is particularly a bad pest with a short generation time, up to about 2 weeks. The female may lay up to 150 eggs at a time, so you can start with a relatively small population and it will just explode. Extensive laboratory testing has been conducted by Oxitec, and field trials were conducted under my supervision at the Geneva Research Experimental Station. The diamondback moth has a great potential in reducing the billions of dollars lost in the cabbage industry.
Thank you, Dr. Shelton, for your input on this topic, and thank you to all of our guests for joining us.
Thank you. As we finish out our special today, I'd like to go through the pros and the cons one more time with you. The pros include less dependence on pesticides, an increase in crop yields, an increase in crop quality, and the ability to apply this technology to other agricultural issues. The cons include a loss of genetic diversity, contamination of the human food supply, the uncertainties of costs associated with this moth, and possibly jeopardizing organic farming practices. As this issue continues to be on the forefront of debate in our country as well as around the world, it's important for you, the consumer, to remain knowledgeable on this topic so that you can decide whether or not you want to let this pest into your life. Thank you.
Thank you, and that's a wrap.
Thank you, Pioneer FFA. Good luck in Nationals in the fall at Indianapolis. Let's hear it one more time for Pioneer FFA. For those of you in the Parade of Champions, I ask that you please proceed to the third floor balcony for your reserved seating at this moment. So those of you in the Parade of Champions, please make your way to the third floor. With that, please help me welcome Greg Palmer and Christy Ratton to the stage for a very special introduction.
Hi, I'm Christy Ratton, and the person I'm introducing has been a very dear and special friend of mine for the past 5 years.
Dear and sweet, are we talking about the same person? I am Greg, her older and wiser brother, and for the 18+ years that I've known her, she can be occasionally sweet, and that's not from her red hair.
I was her vice president our senior year for the Hamilton FFA chapter.
I passed my presidential gavel down to her before I graduated. But no, that was not good enough for her. She had to go and top that and run for state line.
This person and I share a love for animals, especially horses.
The bigger the animal, the bigger mess to clean up behind it. For those who know me, I like things clean. My sister and I have only one thing in common, and that's that we own 2 small cats.
Who is this person we're about to introduce?
Let's hear it for my sister,
my best friend,
and your New York State Sentinel, Lindsay Palmer.
Without a bone, I was a gypsy lost in the twilight zone. I hijacked a rainbow and crashed into a pot of gold. says you can't go home? Who says you can't go home? There's only one place, they call me one of their own. Just a hometown boy.
There was never a time this old wooden table felt distant. More importantly, the people around it never felt like strangers. If this table can talk, I'm sure it would have a few things to say about the craziness of my family. The cookies rolled out on, the beans sipped on, the meals shared, and of course, the stories that were told upon it. Sunday mornings at the Palmer household looked a little like this. Pop always sits at the end of the table, mostly because the dogs can easily find him to sneak a piece of cheese. My uncles line the sides, usually conversing about the hot news in mechanics, cows, trucks, tractors, and everything in between, telling true stories, or mostly true stories, about this past week events. This table is a trademark not only in the Palmer family, but in my life as a whole. Not only were the stories and conversations told around this table a huge part of my life, the people that surround this table taught me and still teach me the values that shape my life today. My family was always there to guide me step by step through life. Whether it's cheering for me at all of my sports events, hugging me when I walked across the stage at graduation, and even encouraging me with the wooden spoon when I was being a little less than ideal. I always surrounded myself with the people who loved me and supported me. These Sunday mornings may just seem ordinary, but I find myself coming back to this table almost every day. I have learned that when times get tough, my family will always have my back. This table has taught me to recognize the people who love me and support me, and always remember where I came from. Every day after school in the 6th grade, you could always find me hanging with my friends. Well, I mean the actual friends. Rachel, Ross, Joey, Monica, Chandler, and Phoebe. What I love most about the Friends family is that they reminded me of my own. The friends were always there for each other. When Monica and Ross's grandma passed away, when Rachel was having a baby, or when Joey had a very important audition, everyone was there. They were each other's family. We all have those people who have our backs. We may not realize right away who those people are, but they are always there. Let me take you back to February of my senior year. It was that time of year again. No, I'm not talking about Valentine's Day or even midwinter break. I'm talking about that time of year to send in state officer letters of intent. It had always been something I wanted to do, but I wasn't quite sure if I was ready. My advisor, Miss Bozzard, knew that it was now or never. Now, let me tell you a few things about my ag teacher. This lady can be tough as nails, but she is also the most thoughtful and kind woman I have ever met. She taught me how to weld, restrain animals, and use the bandsaw. But she was also my life coach, my counselor, my motivational speaker, and of course, my therapist when I needed it. She helped me realize I could be a state officer and got me excited and confident. But when I arrived at selection, the nerves started to get to me. That confidence I had was slowly fading away. I looked around and I started to compare myself to the people I was running against. I was scared. I was on my own and I wanted to go home. I called Miss Bozzard with my decision already made. I was going to go home, and that was that. Flashback to State Convention 2013. There I was in the business session at Albion. Goosebumps around my arms, and I started to shiver as the new officer team was being selected. The excitement in the convention hall radiated through me. And then I realized I could be one of them one day. It was then that I realized the joy and the incredible opportunity it was to be a state officer. To travel the state, meet the one-of-a-kind members of New York, and represent this incredible organization. The thought of members knowing my name and my story put a smile on my face. I wanted to be just like them. Flash forward to selection. I was at a moment of weakness. I was ready to throw in the towel. I can't recall the exact words of that 5 a.m. phone call, but what I will never forget is how that phone call changed me. You see, Miss Bozzard was there to get me back on my feet. She was there to tell me that I was okay and that I was good enough. Throughout this past year, I thought about that phone call a lot. What if I did throw in the towel? What if I didn't put my jacket back on? My life would be different. I would not have traveled the state. I would not have met FFA members like Alexis Blanchard from the John Bowen FFA, Nick Capron from the Adirondack FFA, and James Davenport from the Tully FFA that helped make New York FFA awesome, and I would not be here standing in front of you today. One of the most important things I've learned this past year is that love never fails. The love that your mother, your brother, your ag teacher, your aunt, your uncle, your best friend has for you never goes away. The phone calls, text messages, and meetings throughout this past year from the ones I love are all examples of the love that they share for me. We all have those people who have our backs. We may not realize right away who those people are, but they're always there. Let's face it, we wouldn't be where we are today without the people who invested time into us. I would not be standing here in front of you without those people around that table. One of the most important things I've learned this past year is that love never fails. Love never fails, and always remember where you came from. Let's face it, we wouldn't be where we are today without the people who've invested the time into us. I would not be standing here in front of you without the people around that table. Someone once told me, no matter where you get in life, no matter how successful you become, always remember where you came from. This idea of remembering our roots really hits home for me. Back in his younger days, my dad was an FFA member just starting his SAE in the area of mechanics. He was hardworking, determined, and persistent. He grew up on a small dairy farm in central New York and knew then that mechanics was his thing. He would stay up long hours of the night fixing the farm's machinery and building his pulling tractor so he could pull at local county fairs. But when my dad was 12 years old, he suffered a traumatic farm accident that left him in a half-body cast for months. He went from being an independent 12-year-old farm boy to literally having to be spoon-fed. He couldn't even do what he loved most, work on his tractors. The road to recovery and process to getting better was difficult, painful, and long. With the help of his parents, and after months of recovery, he was able to get back to his SAE. His SAE ended up bringing him to compete on the national level, and now is his full-time career. When my dad tells about this horrific incident, he doesn't focus on the negatives, or even his own success. He talks about the love and support he received from his parents, and remembers that shop where it all began. Unlike the jackets of my dad's day, this type of humility has never changed. We all can remember our beginnings. I don't know if any of you watched the Grammys this year, but my favorite part is when Taylor Swift gave her acceptance speech. She said that someday, when you get where you're going, you'll look around and you realize that it was you and the people who love you who put you there. If we take the time listening and learning from the people we love, the foundation of who we are grows and grows. It never changes. But no matter how many CDEs we win, chapter offices we hold, or degrees we earn, we must always remember where our success came from. This table has shown me a lot. The nicks, the digs, and the scrapes are all reminders of the things we face in life. The laughter, the smiles, and the tears all shared around this table have shaped me into the person I am today. My family isn't always the people I'm related to by blood. There are those people pushing me, leading me, and of course picking me up when I needed it. My heart and soul was built around this table, and a piece of me will always belong there. The tables we all grew up around will always be a part of us, and the families who raised us will always show their love. Because above all, love never fails. Throughout this year, you have truly shown us what it means to live a values-based life. Whether it's your deep family roots or your fierce love for ice cream and Luke Bryan, you have always taught us how to find those things that mean the most in life. Thank you for showing true friendship, growth, and authenticity. This isn't goodbye forever, it's only goodbye for now. No matter how many miles separate us, we will always have these memories to hold on to wherever we go. Team Spa Day forever, Aaron, Emma Rose, Sarah, Kayla, and Trisha.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time, your 2015-2016 State Sentinel and our best friend, Lindsay Palmer.
We're so much more than I deserve to be here with the ones who love me, to love them so much it hurts. I have been blessed across a crowded room. I know you know.
Each year, district presidents are elected as representatives to serve as the connection between the district and the state, go on chapter visits with the state officers, and organize district-wide events. The 2015-2016 district president team has truly served this organization with drive and passion. District 1 has been represented by Christina Martinez from the John Bound FFA chapter. This year, Christina has been supported by her advisor, Ms. Linda Weinstein, and parents George and Nicoletta Martinez. Christina's excitement for everything she does is infectious. She has a caring and driven personality that connects with FFA members and has the ability to bring everybody together to accomplish a task. District 2 has been represented by Ethan Keller of the Sharing Springs FFA chapter. This year, Ethan has been supported by his advisor, Ms. Ann Allen, and parents Robert and Courtney Keller. Ethan's outgoing personality allowed District 2 members to connect and rely on him for anything. This past year, Ethan has been fully dedicated to his team and district, never failing to be an excellent resource to push things in the right direction. District 3 has been represented by Seth Burrow of the Granville FFA chapter. This year, Seth has been supported by his advisors, Mr. Terry Wheeler and Ms. Kate Becker, and his parents Rick and Stephanie Bro. Seth's passion for agriculture and FFA has helped District 3 flourish this year, thanks to his creativity and helpful attitude. As a sincere friend and teammate, Seth makes everyone feel important. District 4 has been represented by Hunter McCall from the Walton FFA chapter. This year, Hunter has been supported by his advisor, Ms. Tina Miner James, and his parents, Dallas Wright and Michael McCall. Hunter is constantly living to serve, and his passion for serving others goes far beyond this organization. He strives to make sure everyone in his district has a voice and is dedicated to making District 4 the best it can be. District 5 has been represented by Taylor McNamara of the Madison FFA chapter. This year, Taylor has been supported by her advisor, Ms. Julia Hudencia, and her parents, Adam and Melissa McNamara. Taylor's compassion for the members of District 5, along with her outgoing and positive attitude, has been her key to success this year. She is never afraid to be herself and is constantly looking for ways to give back to this organization. District 6 has been represented by Megan Parkman from the Canton FFA chapter. This year, Megan has been supported by her advisor, Ms. Carol Wright, and her parents, Eric and Julie Parkman. This year, Megan has put all of District 6 before herself, always willing to hop into any situation to help others. Megan's caring personality makes her a valuable member of the FFA network. District 7 has been represented by Maureen Murphy of the Tully FFA chapter. This year, Maureen has been supported by her advisor, Mr. Paul Redmond, and her parents, Peter and Mary Ann Murphy. Maureen always puts members first and never fails to see those people who need help and a little extra push. With her valuable input and perspective, Maureen's imprint will definitely be left after she retires. District 8 has been represented by Paige DeMond of the Jasper Troopsburg FFA chapter. This year, Paige has been supported by her advisor, Mr. Phil Marsh, and her parents, Keith and Lisa DeMond. Paige's hilarious and organized personality makes her extremely easy to connect with, which made her a strong leader of District 8 this year. She is hardworking and never afraid to learn more, and her passion for FFA and agriculture was evident throughout this year. District 9 has been represented by Clara Stillwell of the Albion FFA chapter. This year, Clara has been supported by her advisor, Mr. Adam Cunning, and her parents, Robert and Jennifer Stillwell. Clara is not only the life of the party with her ability to make anybody laugh, but she is also always there to give advice or offer brilliant ideas. She embraces younger FFA members in their potential and always puts others first, showing just how passionate she is for other success as well as FFAs. District 10 has been represented by Ashley Lyman of the Cuba Rushford FFA chapter. This year, Ashley has been supported by her advisor, Ms. Pat Plotz, and her parents, Becky and Mike Lyman. Ashley is incredibly committed and involved in everything FFA and agriculture, which includes her passion for reaching out to stay connected with members. Her happiness is radiant, and Ashley is always the first one to reach out when someone needs help. Sarah, Emma, Kayla, Aaron, Lindsay, Mr. Hill, and I want to thank you for consistently working to serve this organization in the best way, with drive and passion. You have truly left your imprint on your districts and the state. New York FFA, please join me in thanking our district presidents, their parents, and their advisors.
We are about to identify the district leadership for next year, the 2016-2017 district president team. I ask that the newly retired district presidents and the newly elected district presidents join me on stage now. As district presidents-elect, you have been elected by the members of your district to serve them with hard work and dedication in the upcoming year. You will provide vital communication links between New York FFA chapters and the New York FFA Association. You represent the members and advisors of your very own district. It is with great pride the current district presidents introduce you as the 2016-2017 district president team. At this time, would the current and newly elected presidents come together at the center of the stage to exchange the symbolic clasp of friendship, signifying the change in hands of leadership for your district. District 2, Kim Doyle. District 3, Gracie Harrigan. District 4, Megan Pila. District 5, Megan Lamb. District 6, Leslie Octor. District 7, Sequoia Dixon. District 9, Marissa Foltz. And District 10, Jenna Kibbe. Congratulations to the 2016-2017 district presidents. Please help me welcome the wildly talented and incredibly awesome Catherine Courtney to the stage for the FFA talent.
Hi, my name is Catherine Courtney, and I'm from the John Bound chapter. Stone cold, you see me standing, but I'm dying on the floor. Stone cold, maybe if I don't cry, I won't feel any more. Stone cold, baby, God knows I try to feel happy for you. Know that I truth. Me and my heart will make it through. If happy is her, I'm happy for you. Stone cold, you're dancing with her while I'm staring at my phone. Stone cold, I was your amber, but now she's your shade of gold. Stone cold, baby, God knows I try to feel happy for you. Know that I am, even if I can't understand. I'll take the pain, give me the truth. Me and my heart will make it through. If happy is her, I'm happy for you. Don't wanna be stone cold, stone. I wish I could mean this, but here's my goodbye. Oh, I'm happy for you. Know that I am, even if I can't understand. If happy is I'm happy for you. Thank you.
That was amazing. Let's hear it one more time for Catherine Courtney from the John Brown FFA. Throughout convention, hundreds of members have been working hard on their final preparations for their career development events. These contests are hard, but all of these students have truly shown the hard work and dedication it takes to succeed and make an imprint. But let's not forget to show our appreciation to all of our coaches, teammates, and coordinators. Will all volunteers please stand to be recognized? The students we will be presenting on stage have the responsibility of representing New York at the National Convention for every CDE. Let me help me welcome our winners to the stage right now.
Agricultural communications involves students giving their presentations and putting their best foot forward. These members have honed their abilities to get the word of agriculture out to the public. The state-winning team is the Tri-Valley FFA chapter, and top individual is Kim Doyle from Tri-Valley. Agricultural issues help students become knowledgeable and familiar with a variety of local, state, national, and international issues facing agriculture today. The state-winning team is the Pioneer FFA chapter. Agricultural mechanics requires competitors to understand the theory and practical aspects of ag machinery and equipment. If you need something done, these FFA members are your best bet. The state-winning team is Pioneer FFA chapter, and the top individual is Cameron Fisher from Pioneer. The Ag Sales CDE is the truest test for those interested in agricultural business. This contest pits teams against one another to create a plan to sell an agricultural commodity. The state-winning team is John Bound 2. The top individual is Rafael Vieira from John Bound. At a time when the industry is rapidly expanding, the aquaculture contest allows members to get their feet wet and dive right in. No fishtail will pass these members. The state-winning team is the John Bound FFA chapter, and the top individual is Vincent Russo from John Bound. The chapter meeting competition is a junior high contest. Teams perform opening ceremonies and learn how to run a proper meeting. They even opened our session this morning. Our first place team comes from the South Jefferson FFA. 6th through 9th graders memorize and recite the 5 paragraphs of the FFA Creed. This is the only junior high contest that gets a chance to represent New York at Nationals in Indianapolis this fall. Our winner is Michaela Williams from Madison FFA. The senior Creed speakers are the first-year FFA members who've learned to understand the heart of our growing organization. The 2014 champion is Danielle Thomas from the Louville FFA chapter. The discussion meet CDE is modeled after the Farm Bureau competition, asking students to discuss hot topics in agriculture. These students talk with passion and resolve conflicting opinions. Susanna Van Gelder from Granville is our state winner. In extemporaneous speaking, members must create and deliver a speech on a timeline. Not knowing what topic they might get, these are some of our bravest middle school members. This year's winner is Danielle Herrick from the Pioneer FFA chapter. Our senior extemporaneous speaking winner has perfected the art of taking a little information and turning it into an interesting and effective speech. They are sure to represent us well on the national level in October as well. Our winner is Jack Ballard from the Hamilton FFA chapter. The Farm Business CDE requires intellect and business savvy. The brains involved in participating in this contest rival the ability of students at universities across New York. The state-winning team is the Granville FFA chapter, and the top individual is Brooke Stanley from Granville. In floriculture, students master a diverse and complex industry. Need a boutonniere for prom? Students know the power of flowers to get the job done right. The state-winning team is the John Bown FFA chapter, and the top individual is Emily Wellington from Cayuga Onondaga. Food science and technology is a growing area of interest and opportunity for New York agricultural students. Looking for a snack that meets your no-sugar, fat-free diet? Students in food science and technology can design your snack and name that spice. The state-winning team is the Franklinville FFA chapter, and the top individual is Michaela Thomas from the Louville FFA. The Forestry CDE is brand new to our state convention. Students analyze trees and forests for disorders or readiness for harvest. They use maps, compasses, and chainsaws, and made business management decisions regarding the forestry industry. Our winning team is WSWHE Team B. The job interview CDE requires all contestants write a resume, submit a cover letter, and fill out a job application. Then, they have to woo the interviewer with their experiences and abilities. The state winner is Brian Boyce from the Tri-Valley FFA chapter. The Maple CDE tests students' knowledge and skill in one of New York's sweetest industries. Students take an exam, identify parts, and perform a team activity. The state-winning team is the Otselic Valley FFA. If you're interested in the Marketing Plan CDE, you're the kind of person who combines intelligence and intuition. What slogan sticks in your mind? The competitors in the Marketing Plan CDE know what makes a product sell and have executed it with style. Representing New York at the National Convention will be the John Bown FFA chapter. The Parliamentary Procedure CDE requires members to learn how to effectively run and participate in a business meeting and develop leadership skills to be able to formulate and discuss ideas with their peers. The first place team is the South Jefferson FFA chapter. People in Agriculture participants are junior high students who have researched careers, designed a poster around those careers, and given a 5-minute presentation. In 2016, the winner is Abby Gravelin from the Chateauguay FFA chapter. People in Agriculture is also available to senior high members. These students must identify career pathways and prepare more in-depth profiles of career opportunities. The first place winner is Tim Glinsky from Tri-Valley. Junior Prepared Speaking is the pinnacle event built to test members' presentation and persuasion skills. Junior high members research, write, and deliver a 4 to 6 minute speech on agriculturally related topics that interest them. In 2016, your winner is Abby Vincent from the Chateauguay FFA chapter. Senior Prepared Speaking is one of the most competitive career development events on the national level. Our state winner will be representing over 4,000 outstanding students from New York and Indianapolis this year. Congratulations and good luck to Jacob Axe from the Stockbridge Valley FFA. If you have any questions about FFA history or agriculture facts, find a Quiz Bowl contestant and chances are they can answer your question. In first place, the Tri-Valley FFA chapter. Senior Quiz Bowl tests a team's knowledge of FFA and agricultural knowledge. Congratulations to the state-winning team from the Pine Plains FFA chapter. Next, we have the Junior Tool ID competition. If it's a tool, chances are these next contestants can identify it as individuals and teams. The 2016 winning team is from the Cuba Rushford FFA chapter. And our final winners are from the Veterinary Science CDE. From executing proper restraint methods to knowing shot series for various species, these students understand the ins and outs of animal science. In 2016, our state winner is the Wilson Huntington FFA chapter, and the top individual in this contest is Jackie Lancosme from Wilson Huntington.
If you have competed in a career development event at any level this year, please stand to be recognized. New York FFA, let's give them a round of applause. The opportunities and successes of our members are made possible in part by those who continue to support New York FFA in major ways. Please help me welcome State President Sarah Millspaugh to the podium to award our honorary members with an honorary Empire degree.
It is always a pleasure to receive honorary members into the FFA organization, for it is our intent and purpose to recognize from time to time the efforts of adults on our behalf. At this time, will the Secretary please read from the state constitution, which provides for honorary membership.
Honorary membership. Agricultural teachers and supervisors, school officials, persons operating or employed in agricultural business and operations, staff members in agricultural education who have rendered outstanding community service to the State Executive Committee. Honorary members shall be awarded an appropriate honorary Empire degree.
Will the Secretary please read the names of those who are to receive this degree?
President and fellow members, I am proud to read the following names. Steve Murphy, Nancy Carey, Kevin Springer, Kathy Jones Brimmer, Delaware County Fair Executive Board, Brant Sherlock, Brenda Hay, Karen Coombe, Bill Beadle and Reno Rutenberg, and Jan Woodworth.
I welcome you as friends of the FFA. It is my privilege as Sentinel to extend to each of you the symbolic handshake of friendship and brotherhood.
May I, as reporter, inform you that the FFA is a national organization designed to develop agricultural leaders. Welcome to membership.
Your contribution as a useful citizen in our democracy serves as an example for our members to follow. As treasurer, I welcome you to our organization.
The FFA needs counsel and guidance from recognized leaders. It is my pleasure as secretary to add your names to our roll of honorary members.
As Vice President, I welcome you to FFA. I would inform you that our members learn to appreciate the dignity of labor. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much.
On behalf of each and every member, I wish to say that we are honored to have you as honorary members. May this affiliation prove valuable. I impress upon you that we look to you for counsel and guidance.
It is because of the great respect that we have in you that we have elected you to honorary membership. May you find help in us and we in you.
Steve Murphy. For almost 20 years, Mr. Murphy has been an instrumental part of preparing and presenting the Dairy Food CDE at the New York State Fair. Through his leadership, he secured donations and products to be used, creating a successful CDE each year. He has been responsible for the transportation of samples to the State Fair and for the coordination of resources to make the CDE run smoothly. It is because of Mr. Murphy's dedication and involvement that we have a successful event each year. Nancy Carey. For almost 20 years, Mrs. Carey has been a part of preparing and presenting the Dairy Food CDE at the New York State Fair. Through her volunteerism, she has prepared samples at the state-level CDE and assisted with the training of winning teams before they travel to national competitions. She not only prepares samples, but also arranges a panel of professionals to score the samples prior to state competitions. It is because of her dedication and involvement that we have a successful and consistent event every year. Kevin Springer. Mr. Springer has continued to support the DeRuyter FFA chapter through numerous occasions. His willingness to go above and beyond for the chapter, community, and most importantly, the students, is something we can all look up to. Mr. Springer is the head of transportation and custodial at DeRuyter and has never hesitated to lend a helping hand, whether it's maple season, building the greenhouse, or hosting community and district events at the school. It's safe to say that without Mr. Springer, it would be extremely hard to accomplish the goals that the agricultural program has set over the last several years. He has served as an incredible role model for students and staff alike. Thank you, Mr. Springer, for making an imprint on the lives of students every single day. Kathy Jones Brimmer. A notable imprint on the lives of young people is one of the biggest investments an adult can make in their lifetime. Mrs. Kathy Jones Brimmer has exemplified making a lasting imprint in the New York FFA. She has put in countless hours volunteering at numerous state events, like 212-360 and State Convention. She is also active on the local chapter level and is a proud parent of a former state officer. Acting as treasurer, she has effectively managed the finances of the association for many years, allowing us to continue investing in the future of agriculture. Let's give it up for Mrs. Jones Brimmer. Delaware Valley Agricultural Society Board of Directors. It is critical for FFA chapters to build community partners that support their efforts year-round. The Walton FFA chapter has been working with the Delaware Valley Agricultural Society Board of Directors for many years. This partnership has allowed the chapter to grow their community involvement, expand their program of activities to include the Walton Regional Livestock Show, and to enhance facilities to house more livestock. Their dedication allows for great opportunities for members to gain premier leadership, personal growth, and career success. This year's convention theme is Imprint, and the Walton FFA chapter is forever grateful for the imprint that the Delaware Valley Agricultural Society Board of Directors has made in the lives of students. Branch Farms in Grahamsville, New York, and her efforts allow her children to have extremely diversified SAE projects. But Thunderview Farm also opens its doors to members of the chapter so they can have similar experiences. In 2014 and 2015, they hired 5 FFA members and provided them with opportunities to show animals on the local and state levels. Mrs. Coombe has served as a judge, a friend, and an agricultural advocate. She feeds us, brings us places, and is someone we can all truly look up to. Thank you for all that you do, Mrs. Coombe. Bill Beadle and Reno Rutenberg. Without Mr. Bill Beadle and Mr. Reno Rutenberg, the Unadilla Valley FFA would not be able to function at its current capacity. These two gentlemen are an integral part of maintaining, constructing, and repairing the facilities, machinery, and land lab used by the Unadilla Valley FFA. This year alone, they have helped the UV FFA students construct new high-tunnel greenhouses, move truckloads of mulch, and tend to the 7 gardens on the school's campus. Mr. Beadle and Mr. Rutenberg are both willing to go above and beyond their job descriptions to help the Unadilla Valley FFA chapter and agriculture classes succeed in all of their endeavors. Thank you, Mr. Bill Beadle and Mr. Reno Rutenberg, for helping students reach above and beyond the adequate and soar to be amazing. Jan Woodworth. Jan has been an enormous supporter of agricultural education in New York since she started her career as an agricultural educator and then moving on to receive her doctorate from Cornell University.
Since then, she's been helping prepare future agriculture teachers while working at SUNY Oswego. For the past 12 years, she has been a large community supporter for the local agricultural program, served on the Agricultural Advisory Board and Board of Education. She has served as a CDE judge for many years at the local, district, sub-state, and state levels. Jan is an avid supporter of Camp Oswegatchie as she worked there for multiple summers, has taken her children there, and attends the Adirondack race as often as she can. Jan has even served on the board for the New York Association of Agricultural Educators. Please join us in thanking Dr. Woodworth for her continued support of New York FFA and agriculture education.
I confer upon each of you honorary membership in the New York State Association of FFA. FFA members, please help us give all of our honorary degree recipients a round of applause in appreciation for everything they do. At this time, please help me welcome Kayla Booth and Ethan Keller for a special introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, when I think of leadership, I think of someone who is willing to step up to the plate and advocate for the benefit of others. I've known Emma Rose for a little over a year now, and during her time in state office, I've watched her grow incredibly as a leader and learn to speak out for the benefit of American agriculture. I don't know anyone who puts more heart, soul, and dedication into the work they do than Emma Rose, and she continually inspires myself and countless others to do the same.
Emma Rose and I, we talk a lot. Our conversations can literally range from us laughing over the fact that we missed each other's messages because we were napping to the most serious topics you can think of. We've actually had a conversation about how she's the cow whisperer. If there's one thing I've learned, though, from being so close with Emma Rose, it's that she's one of the most kind, caring, and helpful people that you will ever meet. Service comes second nature to her, and she's always there to lend a helping hand to anyone in need. We're so proud to introduce our best friend and your state vice president, Emma Rose Wegner.
From the day we were born, we're scarred and torn. We've been scared to sing out loud, but we don't care no more, 'cause we know life is short. We don't care who hears us smile. Breathe it in and let it out. Let it out.
Growing up, I loved The Little Mermaid. I sang to all the songs so much, I could probably recite it to you in this very moment. What really matters here is that Ariel is a kid, just like us. All she wanted was to have legs and to be where the people were, and all I wanted was to live under the sea and have a fish named Flounder and a lobster named Sebastian as my best friends. When I look back at my childhood dream of wanting to be an actual mermaid, I realized how silly it was to think that I could be one. But instead, I realized that I was more similar to Ariel than I once thought. The movie is called The Little Mermaid for a reason. In the grand scheme of the ocean, Ariel felt as though she didn't and couldn't fit in. As a younger FFA member, I definitely felt the same pressure to fit in as Ariel. Growing up, I had a few collections of my own. They didn't consist of thingamabobs or anything like Ariel had. In fact, it was stuffed toy monkeys. My collection may have been a tad bit embarrassing looking back at it now, but what's important here is that it didn't consist of farm animals, plants, or anything agriculturally related. Just like Ariel, I felt that I didn't and couldn't fit in. I felt like one little fish in a giant ocean where I didn't have a chance of belonging. I was just a little FFA member. That little FFA member has done a lot since then. Let me take you back to the summer before 9th grade. My ag teacher, Mr. Marbett, encouraged me to compete in the livestock judging at the state fair. The feelings of being that little FFA member made me most terrified for the reasons part of the competition. We all can relate to our first time competing in an FFA contest. Our hands sweat, our feet shake, and we're really nervous. But as we continue speaking, we become more confident and can end up winning because our passions push us to where we need to be.
I didn't do too well in the competition that year, but it was a real turning point for me because I realized that people wanted to hear what I had to say, and that maybe the agricultural industry was something I was passionate about. That seemingly small collection of knowledge I had that summer has grown into who I am as an FFA member today. As FFA members, we are a community of agriculturalists, and it's that community that makes us feel welcome, like we fit in, like we are anything but little. However, right now, in this moment, on this stage, is an accumulation of all the crazy, unexpected, adventurous experiences I've had as an FFA member. The FFA community has helped me find my place. They're the people who have urged me to succeed and have shown me what it means to live big. They have big hearts and big minds, and they aren't afraid to show it to those around them. They have big excitements and accomplishments, just like John Bound, who cheers as loud as they can whenever they hear their chapter name mentioned or see one of their members on stage. Big positivity shines through when times are tough, but it's the people who have guided and supported me who has given me purpose. As I became more involved in FFA and agriculture, all I wanted to do was learn and absorb all the knowledge I could. I was so excited about agriculture, I wanted everyone around me to feel the same way. Think about the youngest FFA member in your chapter. They're the first ones to offer help, attend chapter meetings. They're literally willing to do anything to see their chapter succeed. This year, I've traveled well over 1,000 miles and have met several FFA members. One of the coolest juniors I met was Keegan Case, an 8th grader from the Adirondack FFA chapter. Even though Keegan didn't come from a farm, he was so excited to get involved in agriculture after seeing it firsthand at his fair. He soon started working at a local dairy farm, became an active FFA member, and took advantage of all the chapter activities offered. Keegan has found a way to take himself from a regular little FFA member to the big, dedicated FFA member that he already feels he is in his heart. Just like Keegan believed in his heart, Ariel believed in her heart that where she belonged was on the land with the people she so desperately wanted to be like. When she went to Ursula to trade in her voice for legs, Ursula made Ariel feel disadvantaged by diminishing herself into an even littler girl in a giant ocean where she was incapable of defending herself. Just like Ariel, sometimes things in FFA chapters don't always work out. Either there's not enough funding, they lose a teacher, or the qualifications to maintain their charter are hard to reach. Obstacles like Ursula try to break down chapters' walls and make them feel as though there is no longer any hope. The Fonda Fultonville Fort Plain chapter has shown this year that they are able to rise above the opposing force and come back stronger than ever as a well-established FFA program. In this short amount of time, FFA members have communicated with people from all over, letting them know why FFA is such an important part of their lives. The Fonda Fultonville Fort Plain chapter is no longer a little presence in their community, but a big one. It's the obstacles that Ariel faced that made overcoming Ursula even more gratifying. It's the passion that Keegan had, which helped him overcome the obstacles of being a younger member. It's the hard work and dedication the Fonda Fultonville Fort Plain chapter has put into making their program thrive, which makes the success even sweeter. Ariel, Keegan, and the Fonda Fultonville Fort Plain chapter have found a purpose to use their voice to spread their passion to the world around them. When we are able to stay true to ourselves and stop letting the unfamiliarity and hardships get in our way, then we too are able to overcome the obstacles that we face. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. I mean, anything that's worth it in life takes a lot of time and effort. But once you've found your voice, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to sit around in your room and hope that the things that come to you effortlessly? No, you are going to go out and do something about it. All the people that were in Ariel's life had some sort of influence on the things she did. Whether it was King Triton and his strict set of rules that made Ariel want to be anywhere but under the sea, or her best friend Flounder, who made her smile when she was upset with her father, Ariel had both positive and negative voices that impacted her life. We too are able to have an impact on others' lives by the words we say and the actions we choose to take. We have to make sure that what we are portraying is purposeful and balanced. If any of you are like me, then you like to keep up to date with the latest news trends and stories. Many of you may remember PETA posting an article this past January that spread around like wildfire from a supposed past FFA member. This FFA member was saying how FFA encourages the mistreatment of animals and how the agricultural industry should no longer exist because of the improper way things are run. Within moments of it being posted, FFA members reacted to it by creating hashtag FFAProud. Over 10,000 people posted their positive FFA stories on Instagram and other social media accounts, which let what they were passionate about be heard. Now that is something to be proud of. With all the negative attention the PETA article brought, FFA members balanced the equation by taking the opportunity to educate and spread positivity about the organization we love. It's all about using our voice to advocate for the things we are passionate about. When Ariel went and made that deal with Ursula, she used that to make Ariel's prince Eric believe that her lies were the truth. Unknowingly, Eric listened to her because he didn't know any better. He didn't know the evil he was believing. We may not agree with PETA, but there is someone who is a great example of using their voice. Some groups are so passionate. They not only try to tell their sides of the story, but they try to tell our side as well. We all are passionate about something. Whether it's FFA, art, writing, or sports, we all have something that we want to be successful in and share with others. My friend Evan Davis, who is a state officer from Delaware, shared this quote with me. If we don't share our story, someone else will. We can't let people take away our voice. We have to overcome it, but not by fighting fire with fire, but by taking the opportunity to educate them and show them that our passions have a strong imprint on our lives. When Ariel made that deal with Ursula, she had to go on a journey to redefine her voice as something other than a literal noise. Without a voice to speak, Ariel realized that she wasn't such a little, but instead a big mermaid, and that she was able to make a big impact. It's time we take a lesson from our youngest and newest FFA members. Not many of them see themselves as little FFA members, but instead they are excited to zip up their jackets and represent FFA with pride. We have the choice to zip up our jackets and accomplish our goals. We have the choice to be where the people are and use our voice to speak. With every sentence and every word, we decide what we have to say and how that makes an impact on the ones around us. We have the power to change the world. Our words have the power because we believe in the things that we are passionate about, and we are able to use that passion to spread it to the world around us. FFA members, I challenge you not to think of yourselves as little, but instead as big, powerful young adults who are able to accomplish their goals and make a bigger imprint on the world. 24 hours, 7 days a week, don't be afraid to speak your voice.
So speak life to the deadest, darkest night. Speak life, when the sun won't shine and you don't know why. Look into the eyes of the broken heart.
Emma, your sassiness has kept us laughing and definitely on our toes this year. But we're so lucky to have had a year to watch you speak up, especially in the back of the van with her professional rapping skills. Your dedication to this team and to FFA is what has made us such a successful team. Your passion for agriculture is truly inspiring. It's not goodbye for now, forever. It's only goodbye for now. No matter how many miles separate us, we will always have these memories to hold on to wherever we go. Team Spade forever, Trisha, Lindsay, Sarah, Aaron, and Kayla. Ladies and gentlemen, for the very last time, your state vice president, Miss Emma Rose Wegner.
Watch them come alive as soon as you speak hope, you speak love, you speak life. Oh, 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 oh. You speak life.
I am a superstar singer in the shower, in the car, at school, pretty much anywhere I go. And luckily for me, our team has rocked some good old song parodies this year. So let's take a look.
You're in the school, playing on the phone. You can't go on a trip, but you don't want to be alone. It don't take but 6 to have a little spontaneity. Not in the mood, sit tight right where you are, babe. 'Cause I'll be at your door in 10 minutes. Put on official dress and say in it. You don't have to leave the Akron, have a good time. We'll bring the good time right to you. We'll have a band party. We don't everybody put your arms support and break the snack box out. We'll wake up all the members till the whole staff hates us and the cops show up. Shall us turn it down? We want to see everybody. We're gonna have a band party. We want to see everybody. We're gonna have a band party.
Now, our team might think that our talents are pretty great, but I can promise you that the talent here at the 91st New York State Convention is way better. Let's give it up for all the talent acts we've heard in pre-session and sessions this convention.
All of our talent contestants have the chance to apply to be a part of the National FFA Talent Program in Indianapolis. So without further ado, the winners are, in second place, we have Susanna Van Gelder from Granville.
And in first place, we have Catherine Courtney from John Bound.
Let's hear it for one more time for all of our winners.
During our Parade of Champions, we apologize that 2 of our teams did not get a chance to walk across the stage. If the state winning teams for the aquaculture and ag mechanics would please stand up, we will give you a huge round of applause. This year, we have taken pictures everywhere we go, always trying to catch the right angle from the right perspective. However, our favorite pictures that we've taken this year are the ones that we've taken with you. Let's check out our year in review.
You're okay.
Know that I've been waiting for so long. You're all that I see. I can't stop this feeling, no, it's taking over me. Feel the mercury rising. I feel your bassline bumping. Hear it in your rhythm. You got my heartbeat pumping. I can't stop it. No, I can't control it. Can you feel it overloading? Overloading. Yeah. You can't stop it. No, you can't control it. Can you feel it overloading? Overloading. Yeah. Know that I've been waiting for so long. You're all that I see. I can't stop this feeling, no, it's taking over me. Feel the mercury rising. I feel your bassline bumping. Hear it in your rhythm. You got my heartbeat pumping. I can't stop it. No, I can't control it.
New York FFA, thank you for all of the memories, laughs, and crazy experiences. It's because of you that we have had such an awesome year and so much to celebrate at this convention.
Imprint is using our power to motivate others, the experiences we've captured in life, our perspectives, the things we're passionate about, the presence we hold, and our accomplishments becoming legacies. Imprint is New York FFA.
Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
If you are receiving your Empire degree, please arrive to Session 6 30 minutes ahead of time.
Is there any more business which should be transacted?
I have none, Madam President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should come before this session? We are about to adjourn the 5th General Session of the 91st New York State FFA Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. FFA members, please join me for a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now declare this session adjourned. Oh, it says that.